Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have a story titled, I Ruined Everything for Nothing. Before we get into the video, just wanted to remind you once again of the Patreon channel. The link is in the description. I get to read more exclusive? Well, it is exclusive stories, I guess, but it's more explicit stories I get to read there. So if that sounds interesting, head down to the link, check it out. And yeah, we'll get straight into the video. So it starts with, I don't really know where to begin. I have destroyed my family, my husband is leaving me, and my children don't even want to be in the same room as me. My sister suggested I post it here to maybe get some advice. I guess we'll see. It took a lot of effort to even type this out. I have been crying for weeks and I found that I was lying to myself, trying to make myself look better in this story. What hope is there when I can't even be honest to just me, all alone by myself? I am in a terrible state, so this is a bit of all over the place. Sorry about the wall of gibberish in advance. I'm 38, female. My husband is 39, male. We have 4 children, 15 to 8 years, and we have been together since I was 16. Married 18. Great years. Damn. I had an affair. It felt great for a while. Now in hindsight, I know it was all delusional and a fantasy. Now I am so ashamed, I don't know the words to even describe it. I can't even look at myself in the mirror. Everybody hates me, including my own sister, who is the only person that would take me in. My sister is also a cheater, by the way. Damn. Damn, it's in the family. Her fiance left her for it. Well, your husband's also leaving you for it. Still, she yells at me constantly, telling me what a piece of sugar honey iced tea I am. What world does she have that? I guess like she can be mad and disappointed at you for doing that because she knows what it's like, I guess, but in what world do you have the right to yell when you have done the exact same thing? She found out about my affair early on. She warned me I was on a path to disaster if I didn't stop immediately and come clean. Okay, she has every right to yell at you. I guess I need to stop jumping to conclusions. She has a right. She tried to help you. Even though you shouldn't even had an affair, but you know. I was too selfish and stupid to see that. I was too wrapped up in myself to listen to her. So I refused to stop. She, in turn, cut me out of her life until she picked me up. My husband started divorce proceedings and don't even want to talk to me. I don't know how or even if I can fix any of this. He has said he would come and talk to me the last 3 days, but he hasn't showed up. This would be a lot for him. Come on. This is one thing I hate when it's from the other guy, side. When the cheaters are writing these, they always be like, they're not doing this, and I'm trying my best to do, fix this and that. And take a step back and think about the situation. 18 years, and you had cheated on him, had a whole affair. Obviously, that's going to take some time for him to process that, and he doesn't have anything to give you right now. He doesn't have to give you anything. He doesn't have to talk to you. Give him a couple of weeks even. Anyways, I can't blame him. I hurt him so badly. I broke him, my family, my children, and myself. And I wish so much I could take that pain away and just disappear. All I do is stay in bed, staring at the ceiling, hating myself. Whenever it's quiet, it feels like my heart is trying to escape from my chest. I get panic attacks where I struggle to breathe. I am hardly able to eat. Whenever I fall asleep in my nightmares, I see my husband's pain and him looking at me without love in his eyes. Can I just say, what is this meant to be? Pity party? I can't feel bad for someone that cheats. Imagine everything that you're going through as someone that was a cheater and now you have to go through divorce. Imagine being on the other side of that. Nothing compares to it. I don't care. You're the one that put yourself in the cover. Oh. The therapist I had been seeing believes that this maybe started for me about 3 years ago. My best friend from school died suddenly from cancer. She never married. She was a partner in a law firm and had an extravagant lifestyle. I've always admired her. I have an okay career in marketing and I've been a stay-at-home for long periods when our children were small. The time at home with my children was the best time of my life. For some reason, I started re-examining my life when my friend died, especially what I hadn't done. I became very critical of myself. I started feeling inadequate. My self-esteem plummeted. But where does cheating fall into that? I hate reading it from this angle because angle, from this point of view, because I can't feel sympathy. Like, there's no excuse. You just did that. Like, even if your life is horrible, you did that to, like, someone you're meant to love and cherish and have vowed to them, especially when it's marriage. Like, come on, of 18 years. This is when you go to your husband. You go to your husband and tell him about your feelings. I had only ever been with my husband, and I started to resent him for it. Like he had denied me romance and experiences or something. In reality, I twisted it around in my head. It was me that actually pursued him. I was the one that wanted marriage and a family. Damn, she gaslighted herself. I felt like I should have done better with my life, experienced more, done more. Somehow I managed to blame my husband for all of it. I didn't actually talk to him about it. Deep down, I knew it was just stupid. Well, deep down, it's not too stupid, but it's stupid for you to blame him. Like, if you want more experience in life, that's when you be like, I feel like I don't have as much experience in the sense of, like, I don't know, if she's talking about other partners, then no. But I mean experiences, like maybe, oh, let's go on dinner dates more, let's do this, to like give you that sense of what you're missing, if that's like the case. But if you want to be with more partners, then, but I don't know if that makes sense, but like, I hope it does. If she wants more life experiences in general, that's when you do bring it up to your partner, like, let's go on dates, let's do this, let's go on a holiday, let's do that, like, you know what I mean? It's the little things that can help you in this situation. Still, I grew resentful, and gradually over time, I would push my husband away. I had no reason at all to feel this way. I had a loving, attentive husband, happy, healthy children, a good job, great intercourse life, hobbies, good health, nice vacations, friends, great extended family, good economy. My life was wonderful by most measures. Oh, okay, well, I'm like, do some different things. She has it all. You know what to say, when you have it all, you still want more. Of course, it wasn't perfect, but whose is? My younger sister got engaged around this time. She had been a bit of a party animal growing up, and her fiancé was wonderful. I became jealous of her, like her life had been better than mine somehow. My sisters cheated on her fiancé before they got married, and he left her. She was devastated. She has told me it was her biggest regret, but it's only now that the shoe is on my foot that I understand her. Somehow, I got obsessed with her cheating. I started having fantasies about it, dreaming about it. Damn, so she did it herself. She dreamed about it. Oh, God. So, about 7 months ago, I started to respond to flirting from a younger married co-worker, and he's married too. It turned into an emotional affair almost immediately. I loved the attention. He knew just what to say somehow. The first 2 months was a whirlwind. So exciting. A massive rush. During this time, I neglected my husband and my family. I would deny my husband intimacy, and I treated him very poorly. Somehow, I managed to resent him for what I was doing. Girl, that's something wrong with you. That's like, that's when you should have went to therapy, when you started fantasizing about cheating. I blamed him for the guilt I was feeling. Looking back, I clearly see how much I hurt him. I saw the pain on his face, pain I so easily ignored at the time. I remember how hard he tried to win me back, but at the time, I somehow managed to justify in my mind that what I was doing was my right. I deserved it. Okay, this is seeming like a mental health issue. Delusion. In my mind, everybody should just be happy for me. Is this some like narcissistic traits I'm saying or something? I don't know. I managed to convince myself that I was entitled to this affair, that it was good for me, and that it had and that nothing else mattered. It turned from emotional to physical at around 2 months. The intercourse was mediocre at best. My AP was a very selfish lover. Damn. I wonder who that sounds like. When it turned physical, the excitement I felt during the emotional affair started to slowly die off. I kept the affair going. I wanted that initial excitement back. But the more time I spent with AP, the less I felt the initial rush. We never had a real or deep emotional connection. It was just pretend. Still, I actually believed I loved him. I was also starting to feel more and more guilty for what I was doing. I took it out on my husband. Somehow, I managed to blame him for how I felt and was absolutely terrible to him. Then, I felt guilty for that, blamed him for that too, and treated him even worse because of it. I'm getting mad at this point. I guess at least we can see a bit of self-development, that she can realize that she's the problem. Around 2 months into the physical affair, so it's been 4 months, I noticed a drastic change in my husband's behaviour. He stopped trying to initiate intimacy. He stopped all the little things he used to do for me. He used to leave notes around for me to find. Normally, he would be going out of his way to make me laugh or smile. He used to kiss and hug me all the time and make this little joyful sound when he did so. He stopped including me in his life. He would not even engage me in conversation. Good. Thank you, husband. He used to make my favorite meals on the days I had work late. Now he didn't even make a plate for me when he made normal dinner. He would only make food for himself and the kids. I tried arguing with him about it, but he just left the house without even saying a word. Yeah, he's kind of caught on, babes. Like, I'm so happy. Surely he knows. Like, come on. I didn't want to accept it, but I was in denial. But now I know that he had completely disconnected from our relationship already. The affair of AP deteriorated quickly after that. Still, it continued for almost a month before I finally broke it off with my AP. Strangely enough, I hadn't had any desire to have any more contact with him. I started going to individual counselling. My therapist pretty much spelt it all out for me. Still, it didn't sink in. I refused to come clean. I started to desperately try to reconnect with my husband. I was still in total denial. I managed to convince myself that if I acted like the perfect wife, he would come back to me. My husband showed no interest at all, but he would come around eventually, I told myself. Damn. Yeah, surely he knows. He knows you're disconnected, so what's the use of him being connected in the relationship? It's good that he didn't just keep bowing at her feet. I believed the crushing guilt would go away if I could reconnect with my husband. I believed we would return to normal, stronger than ever. He would never know the full truth of my betrayal. I would dress up the way he likes, spotlessly clean the house, try to initiate, cook his favourite food, anything I could think of. Nothing worked. Even if I tried to just touch his hand, he would pull away from me. I wonder why. My husband would barely look at me. He would spend a lot of his time out of the house. When I tried to talk to him, in most cases, he wouldn't even respond. If he answered at all, it would be along the lines of, I don't care. Then he would just leave. He's probably like literally depressed. It's looking like a signs of depression. It's looking like maybe self-esteem is in the ground. The selfishness that she has shown is disgusting. And even now, the selfishness of her thinking, oh, I'll do all this and he should come back and be the perfect husband again. Like, he should be able to that is selfish and what is the word I'm trying to think of? Privileged. I don't know. Like, even that's in that sense is like, can you not see he's not coming back? Deep down, I knew I had lost my husband. I just refused to accept it. Yeah, so I need to stop talking before I read. Before this, whenever he looked at me, there was always this tremendous amount of love in his eyes. He would rest his eyes on me for a long period of times and just lovingly smile. Now, whenever I look at his eyes, the love was gone, and he would barely even glance at me. Still, I managed to convince myself that we would be alright. Still, I hadn't started to cry. A few weeks ago, my husband was in the kitchen when I came home. He was smiling for the first time in a long time. I sat down and the rest of the conversation is actually a bit blurry. But I found out my husband knew about the affair almost the entire time. Hold on. I feel like I've read this, but like from the husband's point of view. At the end of his speech, he told me we should divorce in such a way that he clearly expected me to enthusiastically want a divorce as well. The reality of my actions crashed in on me all at once. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't see clearly, I just couldn't form coherent thoughts or sentences. Oh, it's so sad. I don't know how long I sat there babbling, but my sister came and picked me up. She was talking to me in the car. I don't actually know what she said. I think I was still in shock. Some days after that, my husband came to talk to me. I had been desperately reading online about ways to fix a marriage after infidelity. I had even prepared a full written confession and a timeline for him. I offered him everything. A post-nup, 100% in his favour, full access to everything, anything he wanted at the time, anything at all, if he would just stay with me. Girl, 5 months and he knew from the start. He ain't falling for it. He ain't coming back. He took the timeline but didn't even want to read it. I confessed everything, and for a second I saw the pain flash across his face again. The same pain I had so easily ignored so many times during the affair. Now, even that flash was so unbearable for me. I could see that he was clearly hiding this pain from me. This hurt me even more. He was still being courteous and fair with me, even though I didn't deserve any of it. Yeah, exactly. Sitting there, I finally had to accept that there was no longer love for me in his eyes. The only thing I could see was distrust and disappointment. As he argued with me, I could no longer deny that this was all my fault. I broke my husband's trust. I had broken him. He used to be kind, considerate, open, full of jokes. This new man in front of me that I had created, he was somber, an emotional brick wall, a man that only cared about moving on. He explained in excruciating detail how badly I hurt him, how he would never be the same. Do you know how crazy affecting infidelity can be to the person that was cheated on? There's so many things that come from it. Self-worth can lead into depression, anxiety, trust issues, abandonment issues. There's so many things that sticks with someone for so long. Without even blinking, he told me that the love he once had for me had died, killed by my choices. He wants to start dating. He even has a woman in mind. He didn't want to cheat like me, so he wants a divorce as soon as possible. I can't really understand how I managed to mess up my life so badly. But you just read it all out. You can understand it, babes. I have destroyed my family, and now my children will have to suffer through divorce and the pain of growing up in a broken home. It's better than a cheating home. At some point after that, I fell unconscious, and I woke up in the hospital. My sister was there, but my husband was not. That devastated me even more. What do you mean? Why would he be there? Did you not listen to what he just said? In what world would he come run into? When I came to, I started calling everyone, confessing what I had done. I called the AP's wife, his parents, our friends, my employer, our assigned as well. Basically, I called everyone I could think of. Everybody hates me now, and I deserve it. Still, my husband isn't talking to me. I destroyed my family, broke the love of my life, traumatized my kids, and for what? Some cheap thrills? I don't understand how I could do this. Can I get my husband to talk to me? How can I even ask him to do that? How can I ever face my children again? What do I even say to them? I desperately want to repair this, but how could I even start? Is it even possible? I'm completely lost. I don't know what to do. I don't see a way out. Straight away, stop trying. You need to move on, babes. You just need to move on. He has told you he doesn't love you, all this stuff, and you still try to fix it. I don't know in what world do you have a sliver of hope for that. You're going to put more emotional damage on the husband if you just keep pursuing him. He told you he wants to move on. Let him do that. You have hurt him in the worst way possible. Let him live his life now. Just stop and let him live. Oh, so sorry. I just read a little bit of a comment. It says, I know the story from your husband's perspective and have to say. So I probably have read this from the other side. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this story in the comments down below. I can't believe when I read it from their point of view, it makes me so mad. She's like, I know what I've done. But then later on it says, I can't understand what happened, how I did this. You just written out everything to help you understand what you've done and how you've done it. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Don't forget about the Patreon channel. The link is in the description. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and to like, and I'll see you in another video, guys. Bye.